The Reverend Anne Svennungsen is Bishop of the Minneapolis Area Synod of the ELCA. She was first elected in a historic vote in 2012 as the first woman to serve as bishop in any of the ELCA's 6 Minnesota synods, and was re-elected in 2018. A 1977 Concordia graduate, Anne graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in mathematics. During her senior year at Concordia, Anne was the first female student body president. She continued her education at Luther Seminary, earning her Master of Divinity in 1981. Anne began her career at Zion Lutheran Church in Iowa City as associate pastor. She aided in doubling the congregation's size during her tenure and went on to become co-pastor of Edina Community Lutheran Church, followed by an interim pastor at Beaver Creek Lutheran Church in Joyce, Iowa. Anne moved to Moorhead in 1996, becoming the first female senior pastor at Trinity Lutheran Church, the largest ELCA congregation to be led by a female senior pastor at the time. In 2003, she became president and CEO of the Fund for Theological Education. Anne helped the nonprofit, which is based in Atlanta, raise more than $20 million in grants. From 2007 to 2010, Anne served as president of Texas Lutheran University. From there, she went on to the President's Pledge Against Global Poverty, followed by an appointment as resident scholar at Collegeville Institute. She also served as interim pastor at St. Olaf College. Anne is frequently invited to speak at events, including commencements, baccalaureate services, and as a keynote speaker and guest preacher. Among her many honors, she received an award from the Seguin Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for outstanding leadership and contributions to community, and an honorary doctorate from Trinity Lutheran Seminary. Throughout her career, Anne has earned many accolades and influenced the affairs of many churches, colleges, and communities. She is heavily involved in every community she joins and stays actively involved in the Cobber community.
I am truly honored and humbled to receive this award. My great-grandmother traveled alone from Norway to the Midwest in her early 20s to meet for the first time the husband she would marry. What a pioneer. I never set out to be a pioneer like that, but my years at Concordia sort of changed that for me. They were some of the most transformative years of my life. I came to college thinking I'd study to become a pharmacist, choosing that career because it would be flexible enough to accommodate a husband's job and the needs of children. 4 years later, I left Concordia with a sense of vocation, asking myself, what are the gifts God has given me, and how can I best use my gifts to serve others? I still remember to this day conversations that changed my life with Paul Dovry or Ernie Mancini. These mentors are rare gifts that Concordia and other small colleges provide. I did feel a little like a pioneer when I was elected as the first female student body president in Concordia's history. That was a new thing. In fact, I recently found a 5-page note I'd written in 1976, reflecting on an experience in student government. We were making our presentation to the Board of Regents to advocate an increase in intervisitation hours from 16 to 48. We asked for the moon, at least we thought it was in 1976, and got 8 more hours. What amazing opportunities, what transformative experiences we had. And now at age 64, as I think about all the roles I've had since graduation, I recognize how Concordia prepared me in so many ways, challenging me to try new things, even to be a pioneer. So with a deeper sense of vocation, I went to seminary after graduation, a pretty unusual move for a woman in 1977. It was there I met my husband, Bill. who for the past 40 years has been my best friend, my greatest supporter, and the person, as a Reformation specialist, who makes sure I do not veer away from the Lutheran confessions. There were only a handful of women in our seminary class, and to give an idea of the resistance we encountered, let me tell you a story. As third-year students, we were assigned to go on internship. We needed 2 churches, one for Bill and one for me. One church said, "Sure, we'll take Bill or Ann, no problem." The other church said, "We will certainly not take the woman." And then when they found out that Bill was married to a woman aspiring to be a pastor, they wouldn't take him either. That was the kind of resistance. Well, God provided an internship at a different community, and both Bill and myself became pastors. I also became a wife, I became a mother, and I deeply believe that all of these are vocations from God. They are ways that we live out our faith as disciples. And in my professional callings as a pastor and then president of the Fund for Theological Education and Texas Lutheran University, as well as bishop in Minneapolis, I've always been the first female to serve in that position. Though it's exciting to be a pioneer, it's not always easy. In each place there was newness and wonderment. How does a woman lead a church or a school? Will she have an agenda? Will she be like all the men we've had? And would we really want that? And the hardest question for me, if she fails, will we ever call another woman again? Yes, I learned a lot about vocation at Concordia. I learned about the courage to use my gifts as a leader, even a pioneer, even a place of much newness. But I also learned something else at Concordia. I learned about grace. Oh, I grew up in Shelby, Montana, and church was always a big part of our family life. Still, I somehow grew up mostly afraid of God, worried that if I messed up, I wouldn't go to heaven. And at Concordia, I heard about grace and unconditional love. Oh, maybe I was finally ready to hear that radical message, or maybe the campus pastors said it better. Still, the message became clear. My relationship with God is not about my trying to climb my way up to perfection. It's about God in Christ coming down to me, embracing me just as I am, doubts and sins and questions and all. And that when Christ comes to me, I am made clean and new and beheld as a beloved child of God. Oh, I think often about my years at Concordia, and I think with great respect and great fondness. Here at Concordia, I learned about vocation, about grace, about community, about courage, the very guideposts of my life. I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you.